Yes. All right, my name is Marley, and I'll be your host for the upcoming run, which will be Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by Kaethil. And with that, I'll be turning it over to you.
Well, thank you. Um, as I would really like to know, how far is the incentive? If you could just check it for me. While you're checking, in the meantime, I'm Kaethil. I'll be running Harry Potter 2 today, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on PC. It was supposed to be a race with my buddy Rashla, but unfortunately, car issues couldn't be in the venue today, so I am gonna do it on my own. The incentive, if it gets met, it actually is a trick of Rashla himself, so I am gonna try to replicate it to the best of my abilities, but I'll never get it as good as he does, because it's kind of his staple item. Okay.
Yes, as for the donation, it is still $6.50 off at the moment, so
Okay.
just a little bit more,
Just
and
a little
we'll get
bit
it
more.
done, people.
Okay, if you want to see me struggle, do something I normally don't do, then please donate to that. I am gonna start this game soon. As soon as you see the... What's it called? Hourglass? That it is. Then it starts. So as soon as I skip the first cutscene, we're ready to go. Yeah? Okay, perfect. In that case, is there time for a countdown? Yeah? Okay, then 3, 2, 1, go. So it's a bunch of cutscenes we skip at first. Yeah, I've got skip cutscene bound to my right mouse, which makes it very easy. We can easily jump below that very first trunk. First bit is as intended, but now we're gonna get up to the first skip, which is a brightness boost. Brightness boosting is something that has been found a while ago, and for some reason, if you pause the menu and you change the brightness, Harry just teleports up a little when you're in a climbing animation. So in order to use that, we go into the menu, we reload the game by actually restarting it while it's running. So behind the menu, the game is still running, and then we can just boost as much as we want until he is done with his climbing animation. So why he boosts up, we don't really know. He just does it, it's really convenient. Yeah, we're gonna head into the castle first, and we're gonna go off soon to the first challenge, which is gonna be Rictus Sempra. That's also where the first bit of RNG actually comes in. Yeah. You can get, usually... Yeah, no, let me put it Slytherin gets random house points, and after each spell challenge, so to say, there is a chance to go into the Bean bonus room, and after the first spell challenge, you will always go into the Bean bonus room. So we actually want to have as little points as possible, because first Bean bonus room you will always get into. And yeah, the more you are above Slytherin, the longer you will be in the bonus room. So we just keep the difference between those two as little as possible. So in order to do that, we don't do anything in this spell challenge. Normally you would complete it, but when you complete it, you get house points for each and every round you complete, which would lead up to about 30 house points for this entire arrow key challenge. So by not doing it, we spare those house points. By also not collecting any stars in this challenge, we make sure we have the lowest possible amount of house points, which makes the difference between us and Slytherin as small as possible. Then again, if Slytherin only gets awarded 20 house points, it's still too bad, because we'll spend about 50 seconds in the Bean bonus room. But if they get about 70, then it could only be 10 seconds. So that's the biggest part of RNG there really is in this game even, and especially in this challenge. Then there's also a thing that's called fake inputs. Fake inputs is something that can happen in these arrow challenges, in which for some reason the game just decides to count 2 of those arrows as faulty by default. So even if you do them perfectly fine, there will be 2 wrong. And the likability of that happening decreases the further you progress into the game. So Rictus Sempra is the heaviest on fake inputs, and the final spell challenge, which will be Spongify, is the least likable to have any fake inputs. So we will do actually 2 arrow challenges this game, and 2 we will skip. But I'll explain more about those when we get there. It is time for Rictus Sempra now. Okay. Oh, boy. What? That's different setup than at home, which makes it kind of funky to hit your escape button. So what you do there is pause casting. So by pausing and unpausing the game real fast, you can actually cancel his casting animation, which makes you able to cast faster, basically. Okay, so Rictus Sempra challenge actually is fairly straightforward. We do most of most of this one as intended. Next part, there is actually a chance for a soft lock. That's hence why I grabbed the save book. Those are 2 crabs you need to push into their holes, whatever. And there is actually a chance in which the crabs just get stuck in the wall and will never go into those holes. Those we can ignore. Here's another small boost. From a ledge you would really... Look, you can grab that. And by boosting up, it saves you having to go around. Which, again, is a couple of seconds. Okay, this is always a set pattern. You always take top, bottom, middle, top, bottom, top. And that always makes the door open. It's set, so it's just memorization. I always grab this one because next skip can be kind of finicky. Just in case, since saving doesn't take up that much time really. So this, you normally are supposed to go around all the way. We don't really like doing that, so we just boost ourselves. And even grab a chocolate frog. Okay, those would be 2 crabs. Right one always drops first. Okay, and this is the trickiest part of the entire Rictus Sempra challenge, which is boosting up all the way to this tower, which requires you to have quite a few inputs, so I use both my arrow keys and my mouse for this. And then it's just spamming and a single input forward, and I drop out of bounds. Lovely. Lovely. That would actually require me to reboot the game, because it's actually a soft lock. In the line of that never happened before. Okay, let's try again. By explaining how much I needed to boost, I actually overboosted by quite a bit. And again, wow. Like they say, marathon luck. Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. We'll see. Oh boy. And that, people, is what nerves can do to you. Once more. Because I didn't overboost that one, but I just... Perfectly! Woo! Only a minute behind. Okay, so this will be the first bean bonus room. Like I said, it's really dependent on how much points the RNG has given to Slytherin, because we will always be in first place, and it's 95. Which means we have okay RNG. I mean, could be worse, could be better. You don't really have to collect the beans here. I just waddle around a bit, keep myself busy. Since it's any percent, you don't really need the beans. Would you be running 100%, then you would need them in order to trade a few cards, but yeah. Not the case here, so... It's basically just waiting until the timer runs out. Okay, and now it's time for some Quidditch. Quidditch practice, actually, so... First off, we're gonna be just trying to catch the snitch on our own, which is basically just waiting and clicking in time. And then we're gonna do a practice match against someone from the Gryffindor as well. Okay, so basically you don't have to do anything here. You can see the bar fill up, and it's just a matter of clicking as soon as the bar starts flashing red. So I usually start clicking a bit earlier just to be sure to get it at the instant that you're possible to get it.
That's it, Harry. You've almost got it.
Okay. So that's the practice on our own. Then we're gonna be fighting or battling against one of Gryffindor as well. Same thing here. You don't really have to do anything for the bar to fill up. As soon as it's about 2/3 full, I usually knock out the other Seeker, because you can only grab the snitch when she is knocked out of the way. Okay, knocked her out. She will go. Yeah, perfect. And then you can grab it. Okay, now we're gonna go off to potions. And potions, it's also really easy. Open a chest, make a potion, that's it. The only difficult thing is there you can actually softlock again. In order to avoid that, we wait for Snape to start talking. As soon as he says now, we can run up to the cauldron to mix it. Because if we try to mix it beforehand, a softlock will happen. Okay, stand on the chest to grab it a bit faster. Okay, he said the now we can go. Next up is Scourge. Scourge is a spell that removes those weird green blobs you see laying around Hogwarts or other challenges. Those are actually blobs left behind by ghosts, if I remember correctly. Scourge, since it's the first spell challenge that we actually complete, is the heaviest on the fake inputs, so I'm really gonna pray for no fake inputs. And then there's a fun skip coming up called Scourge Skip, but I'll explain more about that when we get to it. So this is basically just a matter of pressing the right arrow key when your wand moves over it.
The wand is about to move its
And hope for no
around the
fake
symbol.
inputs.
At the exact point when the wand passes over the arrows, you'll need to hit the corresponding arrow key. This exercise has 3 levels. In each level, you must successfully hit all of the arrows in sequence. Ready to try? Round 1. Go.
So this is really exciting to see. So far no fake inputs, which is good. That was the first round, only 2 more to go.
Well done, Harry. You've advanced to the next level of the lesson. 5 points to Gryffindor. Round 2. Go.
So yeah, don't know if you have any donations or other incentives to plug. Look, that was a fake input, but okay.
No, currently we don't have any donations going on at the moment. We do,
Okay.
however, of course, still have your donation coming up of throwing our good friend down the stairs.
Oh, yeah, the incentive, yeah.
And it's only 650 people, so we're almost there. So
If you want to see me struggle some more, go ahead.
yeah, let's get us there.
Well done, Harry. You've advanced to the next level of the lesson. 10 points to Gryffindor. Round 3.
Okay, third round.
Well done.
Okay, perfect.
You've completed all of the necessary exercises.
Time for Scourge Skip,
15 points to Gryffindor.
which is actually a pretty difficult skip to get at first. It takes quite the setup, so to say. We are gonna try to get a wall walk here, which is about 1 pixel. No, I don't think I'm in the right angle. Like I said, it's very specific. And that's it. We can jump onto here and drop down. And that was the entirety of Scourge. Moving on to yet another bean bonus challenge, but since we didn't get any stars whatsoever, we just don't have the highest score and don't have to go into there again, luckily, because who likes spending 50 seconds in there without being able to continue your speedrun, basically. Next up is Bicorn. It's a level in the dungeons where we need to collect a Bicorn in order to make the potion which makes us transform into Crab and Goyle. For those of you who've seen the movies or read the books or even played the games. Scourge is actually one of the best designed levels since we barely skip anything. We do most of it as intended with little tricks here and there just to make it a bit faster, but the major boosting stuff just doesn't really apply here. You can actually softlock there as well. Luckily, it didn't happen. Haven't had that happen to me in almost 2 months, I think, so it would be fitting for it to happen at a marathon. Okay, I am gonna lure this snail because they will attack me. Okay. 2 more crabs to go. Okay, let's just move out here. Just to make it a bit easier for ourselves. There again, worst on Passcast, please. Thank you. Perfectly. Now we can just easily drop down here without falling damage, and this is yet again push animals into cages. Okay, next up is Maze Skip, which can be finicky. It requires yet another wall walk. And I think I have found a somewhat consistent setup. Yeah, there we go. We can walk around this wall onto this ledge, drop down, and it saves you a whole lot of going through a maze and setting up the maze right first. Next up is what we call Wheel Skip. Wheel Skip literally used to be the bane of my existence when it came to Harry Potter speedrunning. Normally you would make these platforms move in order to pass through, but since that takes a lot of time, we just prefer to skip it. And this involves, as you can see, some wall walks and a really specific jump here, which I'll have to set up for a bit. There we go. And that just saved us having to wait for all of those platforms to move. in the right way. I am gonna overboost here by a little because for some reason I can never get the right grab there, so feel safe strats. And we're gonna get a small jump scare here. Oh boy. Then again, don't need all the platforms. Why you see me clicking all the time while jumping, actually, Harry has a set movement speed. And when he is in the air, his movement speed is lowered by 5 units, but clicking repeatedly just gives him those 5 units back. Hence, he has a faster movement speed and can travel a bit of a longer distance mid-air than he could without the clicking. So if you see me clicking a lot, that could be why. Next up is dueling against Malfoy. If Malfoy cooperates, this could be done in 2 hits. 2 spells and Malfoy's out. If he cooperates, that is. He doesn't always. Sometimes he decides not to do whatever we want him to. But hey, it's Malfoy, so what do you expect? I can just stand here, cast, stand here, cast, and that's Malfoy. Now we're on to Diffindo. Diffindo is a spell in which we can cut branches and leaves and those bitey plants. We can stun him as well. This is another case of we could do the arrow challenge beforehand, but it only saves us 1 second, so I generally don't really do it, since it's nice to give yourself a breather. I am gonna open that. There is a chance for a chocolate frog to spawn there, which could be useful at the start of the next level, because we're gonna get back here again. So, like I said, I am not gonna be doing this spell challenge just to give myself a breather and take a sip. It only saves 1 second, and yeah.
While you're taking a sip, do we have time for some donations?
Go ahead.
All right, we've got an anonymous donation saying, "You're a wizard, Harry. You're a wizard." We've got a donation, a $5 euro donation was, by the way. We've got a $6.50 donation from Surhirai, who says, "Shut up and take my money." We've got another anonymous donation for 25 euros.
25?
With no comment. And then we've got another anonymous donation for 5 euros saying, "Stairs, please, hopefully." And with that, indeed, throw McConnell down the stairs has been met.
Oh boy. Well, Rashla, this one is going to be for you. I am actually going to do that afterwards. I am going to do my run, or try to do my run as normal as possible, and then just load in a save to show how you can drop McGonagall down the stairs. Like I said, it's not my trick. It is his trick, and I am going to try to replicate it as good as I can, but just so you know. But thanks so much for all the donations. It's really heartwarming to see them all. Okay, so this is Diffindo. And Diffindo can be skipped really easily by a boost. So I am gonna wait just for a second for that snail to attack me, which gets him out of the way. Jump at the exact right time. Oh boy. Didn't boost enough. And there we go. That just skipped us a whole lot. We're gonna lure this snail again, because luring him actually is faster than pushing him in by myself all the way. Another jump scare by 2 more snails. Yeah, they should get in by 2 and 3 or 2 and 4 hits. Perfect. And with that, we actually have the final star of Diffindo again. And that was Diffindo. Next up is what they call Boomslang. We go back into the herbology area just to grab us another item for the potion. Unfortunately, no frog spawn there, but it's okay. We don't really need one anyways. So passing over the table again is a bit faster. And here again, we are gonna use a boost. I am gonna avoid these. So I am gonna get a small grab there and then boost myself onto the roof, which basically is out of bounds. And then we try to get up here, which is very specific because you only can get like, yeah, there we go. And we drop down and grab the item.
Do we have time for another donation?
Yeah, we do.
All right, we've got a €10 donation from Shiro saying, happy to see games getting destroyed. And chat, get some donations in. Well, that they did, Shiro.
Thank you. Okay, now is Goyle skip. And it includes the infamous Dumbledore skip. Dumbledore skip is also the thing that Rushla's McGonagall trick is based around. If I can do it, I'll try to do it right now, but I am not going to promise anything since it's not my trick and I kind of expected him to do the incentive for today. So there is one cutscene that we just can't skip. It is a 2 minutes and 20 seconds cutscene. And that 2 minute and 20 second cutscene can be skipped by avoiding that entire platform. So I am going to give it yet another try. It is a very specific and very difficult trick. Yeah, there we go. And that's McGonagall skip in an instant. And there she goes. Funny thing is that Harry even does a backwards flip off of this platform later.
No, I found him like this.
Just chatting with her casually while she is downstairs. And there Harry goes. Whee!
Professor, I swear I didn't.
So that is McGonagall skip. Or McGonagall dropping her down the stairs, I don't know. It is Rushla's trick. Like I said, I haven't perfected this at all. I more or less know how to perform it, so given there's still an incentive, I am gonna do it for your guys, but you should watch one of his runs if you want to see it done like perfectly. Oh, wrong one.
This must be Professor Dumbledore.
Okay. Okay, and there is Dumbledore himself.
Professor, your bird. I couldn't do anything. He just caught fire.
Fox is a phoenix, Harry. Phoenixes burst into flame when it is time for them to die, and are reborn from their ashes. Fascinating creatures, phoenixes. They can carry immense.
So in the meantime, I am gonna take the time to explain the next skip we're gonna do, which is Goyle skip. You need to collect a piece of Goyle for the potion again.
I just want you to know
And we don't really like doing levels when we don't have to, so we enter the level, which changes the game state, and then by warping ourselves out, by going into a Quidditch match, we get dropped back into the Hogwarts grounds, but since the game state has changed, they think you've actually gathered a piece of Goyle.
no. There isn't
It is kind of a workaround to be able to get into Quidditch, because Quidditch, yeah, you just can't enter matches normally, but by going into the Quidditch menu, F4ing out, opening the map, and then escaping back into your Quidditch menu, you are actually able to enter a Quidditch match. And during the Quidditch match, we just try to die as soon as possible, basically. Since letting the other team takes A, more time, and B, the cutscene.
Follow me, Harry.
Yeah. Which, where, how? Come on, stairs. Thank you. Those stairs are always so lovely. And this is why we try to avoid that cutscene. Because as you see, it just takes a whole lot of time. if we could actually just have walked past straight onto this floor. But yeah, we're gonna go to Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. Hermione's there. She will tell us to go get a piece of Goyle, and then we're off to the dungeons to follow him. So there we go. There's Goyle. You can see all the chicken legs. Some reason he leaves a trail of chicken legs, drumsticks, whatever. We enter the level, which changes the game state. We go into this menu, F4 out, open the map, and then we can enter Quidditch. And now it's the trick to die, as soon as possible. Just fly into anything, and as soon as the other Seeker appears, just fly next to him, as close next to him as possible. Hufflepuff Seeker actually is the hardest to die to, since he's not as aggressive. Okay, a few more hits. One more. Perfect, and we're dead. So the Ravenclaw Seeker is a bit more aggressive, and that's why you die a bit faster, really. Okay, now we have the piece, and we need to bring it to Hermione for her to finish the potion, which lets us turn into Goyle. And that would normally let us go into the Slytherin common room in order to find out whether Malfoy is the heir of Slytherin or not, and if he opened the Chamber of Secrets, and what he basically knows about it. Yeah, like I said, doing levels is not really something we do if we don't have to. So, yet again, as soon as we enter the level that leads us to the Slytherin common room, we will Quidditch warp out again. First, we gotta go straight to the bathroom. Any more donations or anything else you want to say?
No, we don't have any donations, but I would like to take a moment to tell you about who we are. We are the Benelux Speedrunner Gathering. We organize monthly gatherings in the Benelux for the speedrunners. We're streaming live from Alphen aan den Rijn in the Netherlands. We're raising money for the Dutch Cancer Society, which is a nationwide organization committed to fight cancer while aiming for a more cure and a higher quality of life for those already battling the disease. 95% of your donations will go to the Dutch Cancer Society, and the other 5% will help improve BSG.
Thank you. Okay, we are Goyle now. Goyle has the best soundtrack out of the entire game. It is absolutely fantastic. I don't know, it's just a little spooky, I like it. Not sure if y'all can hear it, but it is something. So, heading straight to the Slytherin, or to the dungeons, to enter the Slytherin common room. We are gonna overhear another Slytherin say the password to enter the level, then enter it ourselves and Quidditch warp out. Funnily enough, when we Quidditch warp out, we're back again to Harry. So this is all you're gonna see of Goyle. This one is also unskippable, so... His voice. I have no idea what the voice actors thought when they voiced Goyle, or Aragog for that matter, but I'll get to that later. But he just sounds hilarious. Okay, so we're in the level. We go back again, Quidditch, F4 out, tap, escape, and into Ravenclaw, since the Ravenclaw Seeker is a bit more aggressive than the Hufflepuff one. And into there, which damages us. And there she is. Hello.
Do we have time for another donation?
Go ahead.
All right, we've got a €10 donation from Leon Orovek saying, "Good luck on the rest of the run, Kate. Don't forget the 2-cycle snake." Kate, thanks.
Thanks, Monkey. Or Liam, dude. Whatever. This is actually horrible because I got stuck in the wall there, which takes a whole lot of seconds. And like he said, 2-cycle snake, I would really hope, but it is kind of known that I am about the worst person to do snake, so that's gotta be something. But nonetheless, thanks for the donation. Really appreciate it. Okay, so we're off to Spongify. Spongify is a spell in which you can jump insane heights and distances. There is a funny thing, because as soon as you jump on a Spongify tile, a certain code gets set onto you, which makes it so that you don't have any falling damage, which actually is really convenient. Because, yeah, if you jump great distances, you often fall great distances. But we can also abuse that. And I am gonna do that once, I think, in Spongify, and definitely another time in Chamber, so we'll tell you when we get around to it.
Concentrate on the symbol before you.
So this is Spongify Arrow Key Challenge again, which I am gonna do. It's quicker than not doing it.
Going to move around the shape.
And we're not gonna collect any stars, which makes sure that we really are not having enough house points to go into the bean bonus room again.
There are 3 parts to this exercise. In each part, you must correctly and accurately hit all of the points in order to go forward. Round 1, begin.
So, host, you've got anything else to say since I'm doing Arrow Challenge here?
Yes, in fact, I've got 2 more donations for you. Yes, 2.
Go ahead.
One from Vican Daniel, who says, Flipendo, and he donated with €5.
Thank
and
you.
one from Xiggles saying, Hi, Kaethil. Never seen a Harry Potter speedrun before. I think you're doing a great job. He donated with €5 also.
Aw, thank you. And thanks for the donation. Really appreciate the kind words. Okay, so that's the second round. Only one more round to go.
Well done, Harry. You've advanced to the next round. 10 points to Gryffindor. Round 3, begin. Great work, lad.
Okay, Spongify also is a very short challenge in any percent. Basically because we jump instantly to the end. So we jump up here. Okay, so here I'm gonna stand right on the edge, jump, go into my menu in order to boost, and then just... And no fall damage since Spongify was still stored.
Would you be interested in trading?
Off to yet another bean bonus room ceremony, which we luckily, again, didn't win. Because Slytherin almost has double house points compared to us now. So next up, we're gonna go back to Moaning Myrtle's bedroom to collect Tom Riddle's diary, which gives us a memory of Hagrid and Aragog. Yeah. It's a pretty long cutscene that we can't skip, but luckily there's something like Quidditch warping, which we can use. So we're gonna do that. And since we have Spongify now, no need to walk up annoying stairs anymore. We can just jump straight up. Okay. Since we lost the previous Ravenclaw Quidditch match, that's still only the highest one available, so we are gonna do some more Ravenclaw matches.
There's the snitch.
Okay.
Here comes Potter. Another near miss. The Ravenclaw singer sees the snitch and will not be denied.
Okay, so that was pretty good. Perfect.
Potter's out of the game.
Okay, so that was Hagrid's skip. Now we're off to the forest and to actually meet Aragog. And like I said, Aragog has audio levels, and even his entire voice acting is just plain weird. To the headphone users of you all, I will give you a heads up when we reach Aragog because he is extremely loud. Forest is a level where we actually get some more chocolate frogs, so the fact that I am very low on health currently doesn't matter too much. I am gonna see if I can get something that we call a run bob, which is walking on run, or like jumping onto run. No. Oh, he got me stuck behind that pillar. You can actually jump on Ron's head and then just bounce onto his head all the way to the front door. Which, needless to say, provides some fantastic visuals. Okay, off to forest. Forest we do, yeah, most of it. Some things we skip. So we're blocked off from run again. And we can just walk straight onto that tile, no need for jumping. I am gonna take a bit of time to collect a few chocolate frogs. And I'm gonna take the safe route on the right side around this one. This bridge is gonna collapse, so I am gonna see if I'm actually able to... Nope, I'm not. You are able to jump straight back to that bridge. Ignore that spider. Ignore the next spider. Okay, once again where we abuse Spongify. No falling damage, so we just jump straight to the bottom here. Here we boost a little just to avoid climbing. Come here. Ah. Yeah, no, Froggy. Oh, thank you. The Froggy decided to cooperate. And then he bites me, of course. Those things actually terrified me when I was little and played this game. Since this game, probably for most of you, is like nostalgia overload. And another boost gets us up to the right level. Which also saves us going around a whole lot. Okay, we're about to go to Aragog, so... Watch your ears for the headphone users. He is loud, he is annoying. And for those of you who do know Aragog, bite him, my children.
Bite him,
Once again, using pause casting to hit each of these twice, since it actually only needs 8 casts and not 8 parts of his web to be crushed. And this is pause casting, Aragog. Just watch for his animation, then you know he's gonna attack. That was our Wiggenweld potion, which is fine. I am gonna make a few more before chamber. And that's Aragog. Basically just pause casting. Pause casting galore. We are gonna check out and see that Hermione's petrified, oh boy, but we're not gonna watch it. And then straight into the last level of the game, which is chamber. I am gonna use the Spongify tile again to get up to Moaning Myrtle's bedroom. Bathroom, not bedroom. Although, maybe she sleeps there. Who knows? Okay, entering the chamber right here. That just gets us in a tad faster. Normally you go around, we jump. And here we abuse Spongify again by not jumping onto there, but straight into here. Because that thing moves slow, like real slow. jump between those. So above here there are some crushers, and those crushers, yeah, they can crush you. But by hitting this tile and then just keep walking backwards, you won't get crushed. And I passed all 3 of them. You got exactly the right pace and right cycle just to pass through without any issues. Here I am gonna use another boost. Which prevents us from having to go all the way around. Next up is a room that's, in Glitchless we call the Pixie Proxy room. In Glitchless it's pretty difficult because you have to stop that Pixie at the right spot. Really difficult. I didn't get the right one there. Here we just boost ourselves. I do need to get the right grab, which is that. Boost myself up onto here. And then I'm able to jump straight to the end of that room. And that just clears Pixie Proxy room. Yet another boost coming up here to get up there. That Pixie won't do anything to you. You can just dive right around him. Okay. Okay, here we're gonna skip this one. You actually can jump back up there, but I'm going for safe strats and just waiting for it to close again. Okay. And right here a boulder is gonna follow us. Just evade the boulder, basically. You don't have to jump anything. We just use double inputs forward, and that gives Harry enough speed and acceleration to just be able to walk through it all. I do jump that one, but the ones on the right side. Just keep your double inputs forward, and there you go. So like I said, I am gonna grab a few more ingredients to make myself some more Wiggenweld potions, because I'm actually terrible at Snake.
Do we have time for another donation?
Go right ahead.
Right, we've got a €5 donation from Der Udo saying, "Hey there, greetings from Germany. Love to see the Harry Potter speedrun. It's one of my favorite games of all time."
Awesome. Thank you for your donation. Yeah, Harry Potter is for so many of us just nostalgia overload. That's basically why I started running it as well. It's a game that you can start up 40 times in a row and it's still fun. Okay, so here we go. This is the final boss. This is Snake. You can get like a 3-cycle Snake if I am correct. I don't. This part is very easy. We just hit him enough until he decides to go into those air vents you see right up front. Funny thing is you can only kill him in the second to left air vents. So we're gonna try to keep him away from that vent until he is low enough on health that we can actually kill him there. Again, this one. I think we might be able to kill him, so I'm gonna stay right at this vent. And that's Snake. Okay, time is gonna come up real quick, so Tech, get ready on that button. Get ready to rumble. Time is gonna be as soon as I hit the loading trigger of that door right there. So, and that's time. Okay, thank you. I'm really happy I could have this run here. Thanks everyone for watching and generously donating, and even for letting me do the trick that wasn't mine, but I'm really happy it kind of went down good enough. Like I said, watch Rush Live. You really want to see it done in a proper fashion. But for now, I'm going to head it back over to our lovely hosts. So thanks all for watching.
Yes, thank you, Kaethil, for the wonderful run. All right, up next, we've got Celeste by Blue Eye. But before I leave you, I would like to remind you that we currently have a very exciting bit wars going on for the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker randomizer file name selection. Currently, it's Cruel in the lead with 24 euros, and Skarmory only €1 behind at the moment. So €2 will pull Skarmory ahead. So if you really just don't want Cruel to get it, it only takes €2. And with that, I'm gonna leave you.
Ads.
We have some ads.